Hi, everybody. Carla Archer here with helping you work on your wellness. Hope this finds you doing well today. Hey, guys, I know probably now time goes by so quickly. It's been about a month's time since I started wearing the NeuroVax patch. And if you guys have seasonal allergies, aren't they just the worst? Like, usually I'm the girl who cannot leave home without a Kleenex. I'm sneezing, my eyes are itchy, I'm congested, I carry around peppermint oil. I'm taking allergy pills for a good portion of the season, especially when where I am, the snow starts melting, so we get the snow mold, and then the trees start budding. I'm generally quite allergic, actually, to the smell of cut grass, which is a real pain. If I'm going outside to work in the yard, I oftentimes have to wear a mask, because if I get any smells of mold or dust, I have a lot of problems. So a little bit of history about myself. I've had seasonal allergies since, I was probably 12 or 13 years old. That's when they really started to develop. Prior to that, I'd had issues with tonsils. I've always had some kind of sinus conditions, it seems. I actually about 3 years ago had sinus surgery, which made a really big difference for me as far as the infections that I was having and the issues with not being able to smell and taste. So it's kind of been a thing for me during my life. I've tried a lot of different things as well, elimination diets, looking at my food, environmental things. I'm sensitive to scents and smells and different things like that as well. So I guess it would be over a month ago, I did a little bit of an introduction, and I talked about something new that came out in wearable neurological technology, and it's the NeuroVax patch. And I showed you the video Dr. Mark did talking about the improvements to your blood. And I also did that little bit of education on your blood and how important it is for your entire system, because your blood's carrying nutrients, it's carrying oxygen to the organs in your body that need it and need it for their function. So when I started with the NeuroVax patch, I was wearing this because of what I was seeing as far as my blood health went. And when Dr. Mark was talking about how blood clumps, with exposure to EMF and different things in your world that may cause that to happen. So at that point, I made a choice that I was wearing this patch regardless, because I'm exposed to EMF. I'm on my phone, I'm in my computer, we got Wi-Fi in the house, whatever the case may be, it's everywhere. So just to keep myself healthy. But I had been seeing a few posts here and there of people talking about how this technology was working with their seasonal allergies. And I thought, well, I really have to give this a go for myself. So I wear this patch every day. It lasts for 48 hours. You can wear it on your arm, like I have mine, so across or up or down, or just underneath in the rib cage area. And after you've worn it for the first 48-hour period, then you can move it to anywhere on your body and try it that way. Now, what I have noticed has been very significant, because as I mentioned, seasonal allergies are usually a hard time for me. And for those of you who suffer with seasonal allergies, you know how it can just be exhausting. It's a lot of pressure in the head. You feel like you're dragging. You're just not 100% yourself and feeling great. But when I started wearing this NeuroVax patch, within 5 hours of having it on, I could already feel myself breathing that much better. Now, how do I describe this? After I had my sinus surgery, because my nasal passages were too slim and there wasn't enough oxygen and air getting into my sinus cavities to keep me from having sinus infections and issues, it felt like I was breathing through a pipe this big comparatively, if you will, because it was so hard to breathe before. That was just like this free-flowing airway in my nasal passages. So maybe that's a little too much information, but just to kind of give you a gist of what I was feeling. And although that's been a lot better for me, I'd still on occasions with allergies and stuff get a little bit of congestion, but like nowhere near what it ever was. And in about 5 hours time, I could just feel that same sort of a sensation. It was like my nasal passages were just getting that much clearer. I had that much more air going in. And I was like, okay, something's going on with these patches. Well, ever since then, I haven't had any issues with my allergies. The first time I went out to work in the yard, just out of habit, I put on my mask because I was turning mulch and doing a bunch of stuff, but not since then. Usually I would come in the house after a day of working in the mulch. I would have to neti pot to make sure that I got any dust or any particulates like out of my sinus passages, or else I was going to have some troubles. I didn't have to do that. No problems at all. I haven't taken any medication for my allergies since I started wearing the NeuroVax patch. And it's really weird. It is kind of bizarre because the leaves have just popped here again with people mowing their lawns a lot. And that would give me a headache, as a matter of fact, when people were mowing their lawns and just that smell. I'd have to close my windows if the neighbors were doing so. And I haven't had any of that. So it's almost like you got to pinch me because it seems so strange and yet so wonderful at the same time because it's completely changed my whole life. Not being impacted by my allergies on an everyday basis like that, especially the seasonal allergies, it's been amazing. So I'm not fatigued. I don't have that heavy head, that cloudiness. I'm not taking any medication for it. And aside what else this NeuroVax patch is doing for me, it is definitely a win. So if you haven't seen anything about the NeuroVax patch, go back in this feed. There's that really great video talking about blood health and Dr. Mark's video. We watched that together and have a little bit more of a conversation about that. Each one of these patches lasts for 48 hours and it's all drug-free and it's easy to use. So just make sure your skin's nice and dry. I put on the patch and off I go. And basically it's optimizing my immunity system and how that's working for my allergies and for the many people who have been commenting about how it's impacting their allergies. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but evidently there's something within me that wasn't working at its optimum level that now is as a result of wearing this technology. So if you suffer from seasonal allergies, drop a comment below about what your biggest struggle is. Like I said, it's usually I could never leave home without a Kleenex because I was always sneezing, a lot of sinus congestion, different things like that. So I'd love to hear from you about what you're struggling with this allergy season if you are. And if you're not already following me here on Facebook, it's Carla Archer helping you work on your wellness. Check me out and like and share this page because I love to offer insight about what I'm experiencing and things that will help you with your general wellness in a lot of different facets. So I think I always have a lot of cool information, interesting people. I've got a really great interview coming up again next week. That's going to be a lot of fun with Gwen. I'm super excited about that. So stay tuned. And if you're interested in learning more about the NeuroVax patch, just drop me a message. I'd be more than happy to help you out. Talk to you guys soon. Take good care.